uh, the other refugees. I mean, I know that they've been housed in Kryta, but we haven't seen where they are or what's going on, so hopefully some quests will lead us to that. Merchant's plea. Listen, friend, I'm in a spot of trouble. I promised to deliver a shipment of herbs to the new Ascalon settlement, but with all the Tengu on the roads, no one has been able to make the delivery. I do have a nephew in the Lion Guard who should have helped me out, but that never-do-well has a talent for disappearing whenever you need him, if you know what I mean. What do you say? You look like you can take care of yourself. Could you deliver this strong box to Captain Greywind in the Ascalon settlement for me? I'll take care of it. Now, Captain Greywind, if you've got a good memory, you'll remember back up in the mountains, in the last time we spoke to Rurik, he told us to find Captain Greywind, who was a good friend of his. And this is the first we've heard of where he is, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to go do that first before the primary quest. See what's going on with our people. Make sure they're all alright. So this is the northern gate here, take us out into the countryside. This isn't the gate we entered the town through. If you remember, we were about here and we came in through this gate. Now we're going out the other side to the North Krytan province. Now we just heard about the Tengu as well, who are kind of more wildlife that live in Kryta, but they're kind of like the centaurs. They're also very intelligent wildlife. So, what's going on out here? Oh, Menlo, Sin and Devonna. And Aiden. Stars of the show. What are they doing? Sin says it's a good thing you've got a job as a merchant because you make a terrible tour guide. Oh, they're speaking to this Krytan. Sin, we've only just arrived in Kryta. Please don't get us thrown out already. Well said, Menlo. I'm just saying I could get better directions from an imp. She's such a cow. I can't imagine how anyone would like her. Though I doubt you could get us thrown out of an entire country, I would prefer you not to try, Sin. I'm sorry for my companion's rudeness, Damaris. Please continue. It's quite alright. You'll find the Ascalon settlement to the northwest. Ah, so they're looking for directions there. Hey, that's quite handy actually, because that's where I want to go. It's not far from the shores of the Giant's Basin, the Great Salt Lake out past the swamp. Alright, the Giant's Basin's quite a cool place. That would be this lake up here. Up here in Kryta. And as you can see, our quest marker's leading up there. What does she have to say? I've been trying to tell your friends here how to get to the Ascalon settlement, but the rude woman keeps interrupting me. The settlement is northwest of here. You should be able to follow the signs and get there safely. Perhaps you could lead your friends there. I would take you myself, but there have been rumours that the Shining Blade have been seen in the area. Will you lead your friends to the Ascalon settlement? I'm happy to help. So she's talking about someone else as well, the Shining Blade. So we've got the White Mantle, who are the leaders, the Lion Guard, who protect just inside the city, and the Shining Blade. So, lots of stuff going on. And how does the undead fit into all of this, I wonder? Devonna, we should get going. The sooner we get to the settlement, the better. I hear Captain Greywind is overseeing things, so we should check in with him when we get there. Lead the way, Peter, and we'll follow. Alright, now you probably looked at this guy. He's not actually this guy called MOX. He's not actually a main part of this campaign. We will speak to him eventually, but only once we've completed the game. So, for now, just forget about him if you want, but no, we will be coming back to this giant kind of guy. He's linked with the Asura and stuff, who are big characters in Guild Wars 2. So, but yeah. I figure I should just clarify what's going on with him. Just a random big golem standing out in the middle of nowhere. Alright, so I guess we're just going to follow the path. More White Mantle flags and symbols around here. I'm assuming I've got to keep these guys alive. That's the way it is every single time I'm on a quest with them. But it doesn't look like much is on the road, to be honest. To the Ascalon settlement, there's a sign coming up there. Ah, look at this. Even more wildlife, new enemies. And what are they? They're fire imps, just like Charlie. Except these guys are evil, and they're horrible. and you don't want to get in their way. They do lots of damage, and it's not a good idea to mess with them. Luckily they die very quickly, as you can see. Oh god, some are behind us. It's okay. It's all looking good. So I wonder how long before we run into these Tengu that they were talking about. Or the shining blade that they were talking about. Oh look, this place is just crawling with imps. That's never good. The more that come, the more dangerous they are. Harder to take out. The sign says these settlements up that way. So guess we'll just go up that way. I don't want those imps turning around and attacking us though. Gonna try and steer clear of whatever I can. Doesn't seem to be any undead around, thankfully. Oh, I've got to follow the path. This is such a lush, beautiful place. I really do like the Kryta sort of landscapes. There are only a few places in the game that I prefer. Oh god, we're being attacked by everyone. Ah! Here are the Tengu. See these guys? They're like bird people. Again, pretty much just like the centaurs, they're intelligent. They're an intelligent race, but they're very territorial, and some of them are willing to be peaceful, but others are definitely not. In the second Guild Wars game that was released, Factions, there was a very big event in that land to do with the Tengu, called the Tengu Wars. And no doubt we will come back to that topic eventually. But that's not necessarily a plot that we'll be getting into for a while. I don't like this huge field. I feel like anything could just attack me from anywhere. Where are we going? I'm just going to follow the path. Follow the links. One thing I can say is that I'm happy they're dying so quickly with all these guys helping me out. They seem much better since last time I played with them. Particularly Sin, who was dying everywhere, if you remember. Oh no, there's loads. There's 2 groups. I feel like I've just attracted way too many of them. Killing birds, we do it for a living. Still going the right way? Yes. Further up the path. Cool looking windmill up there. More Tengu. Well, that's a sign leading to the giant's basin, that giant lake, and according to this sign we need to go on the left to get to the Ascalon settlement. And that is the Krytan language that's written in, I think. I'm not too good with the whole language thing. In these games there are literally completely different alphabets depending on sort of where you are. And it's really quite in-depth, and people have translated them and stuff. I'm not quite that, you know, hardcore, but it is something that's quite interesting. So these look like these are just structures kind of thrown together by the peasants. I don't know if you read my sort of lore excerpt a few episodes ago, or was it 1 episode ago? I can't remember. But it says that pretty much the White Mantle take most of the wealth here, and the peasants are literally just farmers, and they don't get much wealth. Look, oh my god, just a thrown over cart. And they don't get much, but the White Mantle, all of their buildings are like made of beautiful marble, and they're constructed really nicely. And you can just see evidence of that everywhere, of the White Mantle pretty much having all of the wealth. Which, I mean, you can decide whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I mean, or whether you can necessarily take anything of it. But it's neither here nor there right now, because check it out, here we are. Ascalonians, settlement guards. These are our friends. These are the people who made it. Ascalonian settler. This place is pretty cool. They've got a little water wheel there. Plenty of buildings. Glad everyone's alright. I feel like I should get a house here. Wouldn't that be cool? Ah, see, I just want to go in these houses. This is a big place. It's not actually an outpost though, so it's not a place you can map travel back to, which makes it a little bit of a pain. But it's something I can get used to. Alright, so we're trying to find Captain Greywind. I guess this is the main entrance to it. I never thought I used to see growing things again as long as I lived. Oh yes, of course, because Ascalon's literally got like no grass anymore. These people weren't stupid to follow Rurik. It's a shame he died, but I mean they're probably going to have a much better life here than they had anywhere else, even with the undead around. Anyway, here's Captain Greywind. Near this well. Thank you for your companionship on the journey, Peter. As always, it was a pleasure to fight at your side. Farewell, Peter. May Dwayna keep you safe and Balthazar lend you strength. A little bit sad, but we're not going to be seeing these guys for a while in game. They will continue to have adventures, and if you keep reading the lore excerpts, a lot of them are going to be coming up, and they'll be quite good to read. Their journeys in Kryta, but as far as the in-game story goes, our paths kind of split from here, and we don't see so much of them. Not for a long time. So, say goodbye. Anyway, Captain Greywind. Wow, lots to say. The Ascalon settlement. Welcome to the Ascalon settlement. I hope your journey here was not too difficult. The countryside around us is a bit rough, I fear. Now then, what brings you here? Devonna and that lot. Welcome to our new home. I can't help but think it's tragic for us to have fought so hard and come so far only to land in a place like this. Ettins and Tengu assault us from all sides, not to mention those scale and imps. To make matters worse, we are lacking in all but the most basic of supplies. Still, this land is bountiful, and with a lot of hard work, we should be able to prosper here. Oh, we've got some new skills. Heal other. And final thrust. That's a very nice sword skill. Ooh, should I switch to a sword, guys? I'm kind of tempted. Anyway. Thank you! Oh, this is the merchant thing that I remember I was delivering this strongbox. So, thank you for delivering the strongbox. I had begun to fear that Bodris would not keep his word. He had charged us quite a sum for these medicines. I was loath to see a heavily armed group into town, lest we provoke the Lion Guard, but I was beginning to consider doing so. Truly, you have saved us from what might have been a diplomatic disaster. Unfortunately, I have little to offer by way of reward, except my services in teaching skills. That's fine. Do not mind. It was my pleasure to help. Right, so what next? How long before enemies find us here? Have we been saved from the pot only to be thrown in the fire? God, these people are quite pessimistic, aren't they? Anyway, reversing the scales. It has become clear that the scale are being driven from their swamps by some undead menace moving in from Scoundrel's Rise to the east. Oh, so these guys are being attacked by scales, I guess. Rather than slaughter endless droves of them, who seem to breed as quickly as we slay them, I think it would be best to go to Scoundrel's Rise and find whatever necromantic force is driving these undead our way. Well, not merely to find it, but put an end to it, right? You can leave it to me. Alright. So this place seems safe enough, but I wonder. This place seems awesome, guys. Stop your bitching. We're safer here in Kryta than at home. If the gods will it, perhaps our children will live to adulthood in this place. Yeah, that's more like it. Oh, there's an Ascalonian collector here. Let's see what he has to say. Searching for 4 hardened humps. Hasn't really got anything I want though. There's an Ascalon hornbow though. That's kind of cool. Huh. Okay, so where are we going to kill this undead thing? Scoundrel's Rise. That's quite a way away. Maybe we should map back to the gates of Kryta to do that. Would seem faster, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think I'll do that.